So many times we focus on new EV sales figures for Europe, UK booming. We forget about the used car market. So welcome to Leyland, welcome to Arnold Clark, and welcome to the first one we've seen of EV charging for used vehicle sales. I'm Dave, welcome to Dave Takes It On. Arnold Clark is a name that many of you will know, and we've come across here today to have a look at some charges going in. We've obviously been inside and we've met up with the manager, and they are more than delighted for us to do some filming here to reveal what's going on. And what's going on is really exciting, both in terms of what they're doing, but also the price and several other real goodies that I've been talking about for a while they're actually putting into practice here. So we're just going to have a look. We're not going inside for health and safety reasons, particularly not first day of summer. No, sorry, spring. And I've got my sandals on, so we wouldn't go inside anyhow. But you can see what's going on. So this is Arnold Clark charge. Now, what we've got is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 chargers going in. And we've got a combination of CCS2 and we've got CHAdeMO chargers as well. But this is a great location. You come to look at your car, and I see here, for example, strikes me straight away, we've got a Tesla up for sale. There are 4 times as many used cars sold as new cars, and this is a classic example. This is a 71 plate Tesla Model 3. They're coming on the market now, and they're not a silly price when you look at some of the others. Alongside it, there's a Ford at 21,000. There's a, what's that, a Suzuki at 17,000. There's a Renault at 25,000. And you've got the Tesla 20,000. Just opposite, you've got a Nissan Leaf, 10,500. That's a 70 plate. There's an awful lot coming onto the market now. So it's been a little while. It does take a while to build up the momentum. So starting at the back, we've got a lovely, nice bit of fresh tarmac. And these are well mounted. There's some tidying up to do around the bottom, but they're not powered up at the moment, so we're not ready to go. Got all the logos on, the Arnold Clark logo, plus the charge. And the rest of it, this is why we're not going in there. This has all got to be cleared up, painted up, and whatever else they're doing on it. So let's go and have a look at what they're actually installing. And oh yes, I think we get a big clue straight away. Right, I think most viewers will recognise this immediately. Well, the first thing, no clues for guessing, it's a Kempower unit. Second thing, you got a canopy. Well, could I actually get under that if it's raining? Well, I wouldn't say I would. I think it's more decorative than practical. But the Kempower units, we went inside, we asked them what's going on. Do they know the power of the units? They don't on this one. We asked if we could go inside. We can't because it's a building site, so we can't get in. I've also got my sandals on because it's nice and sunny today. Wouldn't go in like this anyhow. But typically there'd be 150 or 300 kilowatts. So we'll see once the site opens. We have been invited back to do a filming once it opens up. Then we'll get access to the plates on board and to the cabinets, which tell us the exact power rating. But there's 6 chargers here. They tell us on the front what they are. That's CCS for that one. We got another CCS here. So that's 2. We got CCS, CCS. And then that's a CCS. And then for all the Nissan Leafs, and they have got a Nissan Leaf up for sale used. I think it was about £11,000. They've got CHAdeMO as well. So if you buy your Nissan Leaf here, you can charge it here. Now, from a security point of view, these gates are brilliant because every night when they close down, these will be shut, nice and padlocked, and that protects all their stock. There must be millions of pounds worth here of good quality used cars. So that's vital for the safety here. But of course, it says charge, and there's also a line of chargers there. So how on earth do you use these after hours? And the answer to that one is very clever, and that is Arnold Clark have an app. So if you buy your used car here, or if you don't and want to use the chargers, you download their app. I've already done this. We're going to show you details about the app shortly. But what the app will allow you to do, it will allow you to pre-book any of these chargers, in fact, any of the chargers at any of the Arnold Clark locations. So in this particular case, you can book one of these in advance. It will be held for you, so nobody else can use it. And when you approach these gates after hours, say 11 o'clock at night, there will be automatic number plate recognition, ANPR, and that will be on the gate, and there'll be a camera there. As you drive up, it'll go, ah, yes, recognize your number. You want to charge at the charger. It will open the gates for you, let you in, close the gates behind you. It will allow you to have your charging session here. And then when you're finished, you go out and the gates will close behind you. What a fantastic, fantastic way of doing this out of hours. It will not only protect their cars, it will also, to some degree, protect the chargers from any idiots who decide to come in and do any vandalism. So we moved over to, oh, hang on. Oh, AstroTurf. Now, this takes me back to Only Fools and Horses, when Dell caught Rodney out. And he said, Rodney, which do you prefer, AstroTurf or grass? And Rodney, just like that, replied, dunno, I've never smoked AstroTurf. Anyway, that's me. We're over this side now, and again, what we've got is a load of EVs. And again, we're looking £16,000. We got Peugeot 2008. We got another Vauxhall. We have there, oh, two Vauxhalls there. What else have we got? We got another Tesla. This is 21 plate, £18,000, 19,000 in round figures. They're starting to get a very good number of used EVs coming in here. If you are local enough to come and buy your used car here, you're also local enough to, if you want to, use the chargers here. Now, I'm going to exclude Teslas for the moment because you've got Tesla Supercharger Network, and that's a different beast altogether. But if you're going to buy one of the Nissan Leafs or the one of the Vauxhalls or the Peugeot, your normal choice would be something like an Instavolt or a GridServe or an Osprey, and they're up at 79 pence. These aren't. I'm going to come back to price in a minute when I show you the app, but these are an awful lot cheaper. So this is going to be a real viable alternative to someone other than paying 79 pence. So for those people who can't charge at home, wait for the price. So when we get behind the scenes, behind the chargers, that's the substation unit, that's already in, but I'm told it's not yet powered up. There's a big hole here in the cables. I'm assuming those are going to go through to the individual chargers. So this is going to be for the cabinet that will provide the power for those chargers, because the Kim Power units, everything's done here, and those are just dispensers, which is a lovely way of doing it. That's also a fixed unit. That will almost certainly be the telecommunication one, which will allow them, first of all, to check on the chargers, to keep them updated on the internet, but also, of course, to take your payment and interlink that with the app. So we're just waiting for another big box going in here, which should be the feed directly off the substation into here, and then the whole site will be live. Well, I was told originally they were hoping to get this one up and running in December. That's 3 months ago now, 2.5. 2 3/4. That didn't happen, obviously, but it looks like there's not a huge amount of effort or work left. This one, they'll be waiting on the DNO before they fit this one. That's distribution network operator, and then this whole site can go live. So this is imminent. They don't have a set date as yet, but this could be just a few weeks away. And we're not that far from Sainsbury's, which is also going in. They're hoping to get that one in at Easter. So there might be some correlation of getting these sites live. Now, as it stands, in terms of amenities, if you come here late at night, pretty much nothing. Sorry to say. They are well aware of this. We've been in talking to them, finding out what the plans are. You've got a Morrison's opposite, which will have a cafe, but they probably also close at a reasonable time, 5 or 6 o'clock. So effectively not very much. There is a McDonald's within walking distance. If you're going to be here for half an hour, it's a 2 or 3 minute walk. It really is that close, and that's about your limit here. What's happening with Arnold Clark, though, is very simple. They are trying to attract people here for the charging because they see that as a revenue stream as well as the cars, but also as a complete package they're offering to their customers. So in the ones that are already open, and there are several of the Arnold Clark sites that are open already with the EV chargers operational, they've taken the opportunity of opening up a full cafe in there, and that will be open out of hours. So what they're trying to do here is much more of an integrated, a comprehensive approach. So if you are going to get your car here, and these are mostly used, they do a few new ones, but it's mostly used cars, usually 2, 3 or 4 years old, and we've seen a good selection of EVs here today. They're trying to make it a package for you. So the first thing they'll offer you is mechanical warranties and mechanical servicing contracts, which is fairly standard with everyone else. But here, of course, they're going one further. If you do choose an EV, then you're going to have access to their own charging network. Now, we don't know what price this one is going to be because we don't know until they open, but checking on their app, the nearest one to here, which is open already and working, that one's listed at 55 pence. And that is a very good rate because GridServe, Ionity, Osprey, these are all up at 79 pence and Instavolt up at 85 pence. BP, Pulse and Shell, yeah, who knows where they are now. So this is, first of all, a very, very good price. So they're trying to attract people back here. And obviously, if they do open up a full cafe, that's also going to be another revenue stream. They're going one further, though, in that if you're going to buy a used EV here, you might be able to charge at home. And if you do, they've got a package for you. It's called Bumblebee. It's a company that they own, but they trade under the name of Bumblebee. And this is for a home charger. So when you order your used car, or new one if they have one in the EV, when you order your car, you can also order a home charger. And they give you a guaranteed price. And that price, wait for it, £549 installed. And that is a really, really good price for a home charger, when most of them, the Pod Points and the OVOs and the like, these are normally up the best part of £1,000. So you can do everything from here. And that means you can choose your car, you can test drive it, you can charge it at the rapid rate, or you can get a home charger if you can, and do it all there. And this also cements in one thing that I have always said to people when you buy your first EV or lease your first EV, and that is when you go to pick it up, the very first thing you should do, even if the battery is virtually full, is to go and plug into a charger and charge it. And the reason for that is, first of all, you've never done it before, so it's something you should do in the safety of knowing that there are salesmen in there who will come and get you out of trouble if you get into trouble. It will also give you that confidence that, oh, is that all it is? It was so simple. Well, here, they make it so easy for you. They're, what, 50 feet away? Go and plug it in. Get that out of the way first, and then everything else after that just follows on nicely. So you've got this lovely integrated approach with the cars, with the chargers, with the home chargers, with the cafe, with the ANPR. I'm really impressed with what's going on here. And just a real hammer home of the message, if you were to come here today, or go anywhere, any of the car showrooms, and order a new car or good used car on a 4-year lease, when that runs out, it's going to be 2029. And that's going to do two things for you. If you've loved your experience of an EV, then the technology will have moved on, and the car you might want to pick for your next lease or to buy will be much better for you because you'll have the experience of having driven one for 4 years. Alternatively, if you hate EVs and you wish you'd never done that original 4-year lease, it's 2029. You'll still be able to buy one of the very last all petrol or all diesel cars in the whole of the UK before the 2030 ban comes in. So this is a great time for leasing. So we have the likes of an MG, and this is the big estate version, petrol obviously, 24,000. Right alongside it, another Tesla, 22 plate, £25,000. Odd cars in between, another Tesla. So they're starting to come onto the market, and you're going to get a good deal. We've got a Citroen, looks like a C3, not the E version. And then we've got a, what's this, a Mocha, 16,000. So people who say they're not coming through on the second-hand market, they're a little bit out of date. They're starting to come through now into the quality used market. This is 2, 3, 4-year-old cars at a really sensible price and backed up by a good dealership. There are currently round about 20 Arnold Clarks scattered throughout the country, and they have plans this year to take that up to 30. And their object this year is to be able to go from John O'Groats to Land's End only using Arnold Clark chargers and pre-booking along the way. So wherever you stop, you're guaranteed to have a charger waiting for you. You know what it is, you know what power it is, you know how much it is, and it'll be there waiting. Nobody can take it because when they're pre-booked, if you try and nick them and charge yourself, it'll say, sorry, reserve, pick another one. Simple as that. Well, that wraps it up for now. Lovely sunny day, first or last day of spring or first or last day of sunshine, whatever it is. They're not open yet. We've been told they're imminent, so we're going to keep an eye on this location. And as soon as they go live, we're going to be back here and we get all the final details for you. We'll plug in as we always do, test them for the speed, and then get you the final results. By then, they might have the cafe open and it might be doing roaring business. So for now, from Arnold Clark in Leyland, thanks very much. I'm Dave.